All right, good morning. So it's been a great morning actually already. Just got back from walking the dogs. Looking forward to the first cigar of the day and a little bit of meditation. And it's beautiful out, so it's a great day for that. So I wanted to share with you my thoughts on the third step prayer and the seventh step prayer, which I think are some of the most powerful meditations are found obviously in the big book. As a disclaimer, I'm talking about these prayers as part of a recovery program. I'm not a representative of Alcoholics Anonymous. I'm not a spokesperson for that. I'm talking about a 12-step program in general. And but I encourage you to look into it, look into the fellowship. So we'll get started. I've got still same watch I had on earlier, but I just love these Grand Seikos. Spring Drive, Rose Blossom, and we're still wearing our, if I can not trip over here, that'd be a fun video, huh? It's a Mercedes Alligator Tail, they're blue, so feeling pretty good about that. And Eric, my buddy Eric, brought me down this Fuente, and it is the Don Carlos Robusto. And so sorry, I'm probably not getting a good focus shot. But he says it's great. I think I've had one. But he said it's a special edition. So I think we'll dig into that. That's a good one to do a little review. Let's get the camera set up here. And let's see how it's looking. All right. So I think we're pretty good there. Just set it here and get it started. So Don Carlos Fuente series. Fuente, you really can't go wrong. I mean, there's just great stuff. Sometimes a little mild for my taste, but generally speaking, great cigars, especially starting out in the morning. Don Carlos, I guess, was Rush Limbaugh's cigar. I won't hold that against Fuente. But I think this one's kind of a special edition. We'll see how well we kept it humidified. .67 dropped down to 62, so it's a little bit dry. Somebody else commented, Eric giving me dry cigars, man. No, they're actually very good, and that level to smoke, no issues really. So pre-light draw, a little tight, but that doesn't mean much. Once you get fired up, hopefully that loosens up. And it is. Kind of a bland flavor right away. Draw's just slightly tight. Pretty mild right now. I think it's going to be good, but it's going to take it a minute to get going. So that'll give me time to talk about third step prayer, seventh step prayer. Again, two amazing tools in the toolkit that I highly encourage you to use. And they're so deep. I mean, you don't have to be in the program or recovery to appreciate these. So listen to this. So this is third step prayer. God, I offer myself to thee to build with me and do with me as thou wilt. Relieve me of the bondage of self that I may better do thy will. Take away my difficulties, that victory over them may bear witness to those I would help with thy power, thy love, and thy way of life. May I do thy will always. So that's the third step prayer. That's the one where you turn your will and your life over to the care of God. You can do that with a sponsor in a holy place, wherever it may be. But I encourage you to do a third step prayer in the morning. You know, even daily if you can, or at least think about it. We'll turn off our air purifier here. So, you know, how much better, you know, you're offering yourself to God. So it's just an offer, right? From a legal perspective, it's just an offer. He may accept you today and put you to work. He may not. It's just an offer. Right? I'm offering myself to you. Build with me, do with me as you will today. Okay? Maybe that means nothing. Maybe that means just going into work, doing the grind. But maybe there's more that'll come into play. It's an offer. But one of the things with the offer, you got to say, anything I'm offering to do God's will, I got to get myself out of the way. So that's why we ask him to relieve me of the bondage of self, right? Because we're selfish people, whether you're in recovery, alcoholic or not. And just because you get sober doesn't mean that selfishness goes away. I mean, first thing I think about in the morning is myself, right? So I got to get out of that a little bit, not be in bondage to it. Like, not everything in my life has to be about me. That's bondage. So we're always going to be self-preserving, but you know, can you get out of some of that bondage? So you ask God for that. And why? So I can better do your will, not mine. Take away my difficulties. The victory over them may bear witness that I would help with thy power, thy love, and thy way of life. And so, you know, in the drinking standpoint, you know, how powerful is that when you see somebody get sober? Take away that difficulty, that compulsion, that addiction to drink. And that will absolutely bear witness to those that you would help. You know, my difficulties going through all this now. You know, I hope you're getting something out of this. I mean, it's amazing, you know, with my nephew, you know, like news of an incredibly, you know, terrible diagnosis. Glioblastoma, stage 4, multiform. Not much life expectancy, no cure. You know, I have had the most amazing time over the last month with friends, family, the love that I've shared. It turned this difficulty into an amazing period of time. Really, it has. I mean, I can't even explain it. So, and then it says, may I do thy will always. Well, that's a little aspirational. We're never going to do God's will always. We know that. But we can ask. It's aspirational. So the third step's a good way to start. And I love it in the big book. He equates this idea of you got a new agent, a new employer. It's God. So you're making the offer, hey, do with me as you will. You know my skill set. Put me to work, you know, and you follow direction. Pretty simple. So at night, 7-step prayer is really good too. My Creator, I'm now willing that you should have all of me, good and bad. I pray that you now remove from me every single defective character which stands in the way of my usefulness to you and my fellows. Grant me strength as I go from here to do your bidding. So again, that follows through in an employer-agent line, right? I'm going to give you all of me, good and bad, you know. Remove these defects of character that stand in my way of my usefulness to you and fellows. Give me strength as I go to do your bidding, right? And how do you do God's bidding? Well, you just got to be connected, and it's a practice. And you know, how do you work out and build up a good body? You know, I mean, obviously, I had my times in my life when I used to work out, but like Lisa's brother, he's like in pristine shape. Well, he does that by going to the gym and practice and repetition, and same thing with spiritual life. You got to build that up. It's practice. It's repetition. So, I think these are just phenomenal tools in the toolkit. I'm going to touch on them. The Fuente it's getting there. It's getting some strength to it. It's getting pretty good. But it started out a little mellow. So I was a little like, I don't know. Because I got a lot of cigars to choose from right now. So it's a good problem to have, right? That like, it was going to be this or something better, right? So, I'm not going to go into a review of it. You can review the Fuente online. I think most people that come to the video are probably not looking for the cigar review. If you were, sorry about that, but maybe you got a little more than you bargained for. So, all right. Well, it's a beautiful day. I'm going to open windows and finish the cigar, and we'll see you soon.